Rob Stewart was a renowned Canadian filmmaker who died scuba diving while filming Sharkwater Extinction. The Rob Stewart Foundation was created to honor his legacy and continue his conservation work. We are joined by his parents, Brian and Sandy Stewart. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having us. It's
Thank you.
It's
I'm
an
happy
honor.
to be here.
It's good to see you. I recently came off a cruise, and for the first time ever, I saw sharks in the wild, which was an amazing experience. But afterwards, I actually thought about you guys because we met back in 2018 for the premiere of Sharkwater Extinction at the Toronto International Film Festival. I got to meet you on the red carpet where we talked about the foundation's efforts. So good to see you again. How have things changed or improved since we spoke in 2018?
Well, I think there's world awareness for ocean issues right now and how important the oceans are. They give us 30%, 50 to 80% of the oxygen. They moderate our climate. They absorb the carbon that we put into the atmosphere. And biodiversity is on everybody's minds these days. Ecosystems rely on biodiversity, and those ecosystems give us the life that we have on this planet.
Yeah, being the apex predators, I mean, it's so important for the eco balance, right?
Yeah, I think the other thing to point out is that since Rob's passing, we've been doing a lot of work on continuing his mission. We've started the Shark-Free Initiative, which is basically what Rob wanted to have happen after Sharkwater Extinction was to educate consumers about getting shark out of a number of consumer products. And that goes everything from cosmetics and personal care products to fish pellets and livestock feed, fertilizer. And it's been a major initiative for us, and we've been very successful with the cosmetic industry and the personal care products industry, having both groups support us with a new initiative called Shark Free. So we're quite excited about that.
Yeah, and there's been so much legislation that's happened around the world since Rob's passing. Canada banned shark fins, the importation and export of shark fins in 2019. The U.S. has some legislation that's just about to be signed off by President Biden, the U.S. Shark Fin Sales Elimination Act. There was a petition in Europe earlier this year, a citizens petition that got over 1.2 million signatures. So that's on its way to the European Commission for legislation. So many good things are happening around the world.
I remember that the Canadian government, when shark finning was banned, credited the Sharkwater Foundation and Rob's work.
Yes.
Yeah, it was quite an honor. We actually went to Ottawa, and Rob received a special honor from the Senate chamber, and they gave him a special, one of the 50 gold awards they award each year. It was given to Rob, and it was basically because of his work on shark finning and the fact they dedicated the passing of the legislation to him, which was extremely important.
Canada is actually been really good in shark protections. This year, it was a Canadian group at the Tuna Commission that negotiated a no-take ban on mako sharks in the North Atlantic, and that means if they're caught as bycatch, they have to dispose of the body. They can't use it, and bycatch of mako sharks in the North Atlantic was actually a really lucrative part of that shark fishing.
Are there species close to extinction?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, oceanic white tips are, the 99% of the oceanic white tip is gone. It was one of the most prevalent sharks in the oceans today. The great hammerhead is threatened and endangered. There's numerous sharks. I mean, we all hear about the news about great whites, and they are now being threatened. But fortunately, we've seen some resurgence on the East Coast and Nova Scotia. They've been tracking them, and we're finding more activity. So the whole world has got to sit up and take notice that sharks are being devastated. Since Rob's first movie, Sharkwater, we've probably lost 2 billion sharks. And that's an extraordinary amount of any creature to be taken up out of the world's oceans. And we're hoping that as we continue doing our work, more people will realize that how critically important they are and how critically important they are to the health of our oceans.
Absolutely. And yeah, it's an eye-opener seeing how many products, we think of shark fin soup, but as you mentioned earlier, how many products have shark material or, shark liver oil or you name it.
I think that's the key, is to educate consumers about how much shark is in product. I mean, all you have to look for the word squalene on your cosmetics, your personal care products. If it's squalene, 90% of the world's squalene goes to the cosmetic industry. So fortunately, they also recognize that because there's a readily available alternative from olive oil or sugarcane. And that is really our mandate, is to get squalene out of consumer products and then move them into fertilizer and pet food. We tested pet foods for the movement.
Is the industry responsive, the cosmetic industry? Are they responding?
Sorry?
Is the industry, the cosmetic industry, and we just have seconds left, but are you getting a positive response from the cosmetic industry for change?
Absolutely. They're shocked to find out. Squalene, squalene, one is just an hydrogenated version of the other one. But it's been around so long that we found people within the industry that didn't know what the actual source was. They didn't know it came from sharks.
Okay. I wish we had more time, but Brian and Sandra, we're going to link up at chh.com the website for the Sharkwater Foundation and the amazing work and the amazing change that you're affecting, protecting the world's sharks. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.